Oh, it was something that was always on my mind. I love this football club so much, and I guess when the opportunity came that I could extend my time here, and especially last year was awesome, but all the work that we've been putting in before it, and to be able to stay here and commit for a long-term contract was something I always wanted to do. So to be able to get it done, I was so excited and just over the moon.
Do you feel like your peak is still to come, your best footy?
Yeah, definitely. I felt like last year was probably my most consistent year, and that was built off, all the pre-seasons that had come before, and just where we are at the moment as a football club. I feel like it really gives me the opportunity to play my best football, and I really cemented a role last year that I felt like really worked for me. So hopefully I can continue on that next year and for years to come.
How did you settle on the six, Cam? There would have been lots of Victorian clubs, as there always is, that come circling for talented Brisbane players when they're in the peak of their powers, especially when free agency looms. But as you mentioned, you love the club. But how did you kind of settle on that deal and wanting to just say, no, I'm going to spurn free agency next year?
Yeah, I guess it's definitely a family decision and a friend's decision as well. But I've got such a great support crew around me up here and down in Melbourne as well. And obviously a lot of my family and friends are still in Melbourne, but calling them and speaking to them, they know how happy I am up here, and I feel like that was really just the clarity for me as well. I got such a great balance up here with my football and my life away from footy, and being able to stay up here and play football. And obviously I've still got so many more connections down in Melbourne that are always going to be there as well. But as I said before, when the opportunity came to stay here, and after speaking to friends and family and people close to me at this football club, it really was an easy decision. And as I said, it's had a smile on my face for the last couple of days and just been so excited to tell everyone and let everyone know that I'm staying here. So to be able to do that now, and as I said before, get it out of the way and really just focus on what we can do over the next few more years is something that's really exciting for me.
When you went number one, what was it, 5, 6?
7 years
seven,
ago.
Yeah. 7 years ago. You're such a young guy back then, 18 years, fresh-faced. It was, the real probably turning point for this club with the Fagan era, etc. But to have reached the top of that mountain now, and I think you were one of just a few number one draft pick players to win a premiership with that team. What did that mean to you, and do you have that kind of desire to be a one club player in your career?
Yeah, definitely. It's something that I've always wanted to do. My loyalty is something that I value really highly, and to be able to stay at this club for such a long time now and to extend it, it makes it so much happier. And you touched on that group when I first got here. We've got Harris, Eric, Huey and Bez who have all signed those deals as well, and we can keep that group together. And before coming to Brisbane, I know there was the whole thing about everyone that came to Brisbane wanted to leave, and to really flip that on its head now and make this club somewhere that everyone wants to stay and play footy. I feel like I've had a little bit to play in that, and the tiniest little bit to play in that means the world to me. So to be able to stick with this group again, and as you said before, I remember coming here as an 18-year-old and how much the club looked after me, and now to reach the ultimate goal last year was so special. But I think you probably know the thing about this group is everyone's still hungry, and there's boys that have started their training group chats already, and everyone's getting together to start getting going again. And the feeling of last year was unbelievable, but I feel like there's still so much more in this group that we can give.
How much of a factor was just the window that you guys are in, and the opportunities that are there for the next couple of years to climb that mountain again?
Yeah, definitely. I feel like that window's been open for a couple of years. We probably just haven't got it right at the back end in the last few years. We did last year, obviously. But on top of that, just the group that stuck together, I think that was the main thing for me. I got so many of my best mates at this football club that I've pretty much grown up with. And, you understand how much time we spend with each other over the last 7 years. Probably 60% of that time's been with these boys at this football club, and you pretty much know everyone and everything that everyone does. And I'm so comfortable when I'm here, and this club gives people the opportunity to come in and be themselves. And I feel like that was probably one of the big things for me. I come into this football club every day and feel confident and comfortable with myself, and I know all the other boys do too as well. So being able to come in here again now, and as I said before, hopefully for the rest of my life and be at this football club, it's awesome.
Did you guys talk about keeping the band together, yourself and Hugh and Bez and those guys, maybe sacrificing a little bit to keep the good times rolling?
I did tell Huey and Bez a bit before I told everyone else, and those boys are pretty happy. They said our friendship might have gone to a new level now because we have to be out for a little bit longer. But I think it's just the thing that all the boys know. We've got a great group here, and success is what everyone wants. And if that means to be a little bit less or whatever it is, I'd rather stay at this football club and win and be in a team that I absolutely love playing for than be anywhere else. And as I touched on before, that's one of the main factors. I stick around the group that I love, and something that we've been building for the last 6 or 7 years, and hopefully we can continue to build that for on from then.
I noticed you keep saying last last year, Cam. It was.
Oh, sorry, yeah, whatever.
No,
it was.
no, that's okay. But it just shows the football world does move on very quickly. Like what it's only been, weeks,
month probably.
since you guys have lifted that Premiership Cup. But and as you mentioned, the hunger's very much there to go back to back and keep that good time rolling. But how exciting is what's to come in terms of the next month or couple of months for the club in terms of the next generation coming through in terms of the talent and there's going to be a couple of guys that are in the position that you were 7 years ago and can add to this next crop as well.
Yeah, definitely. I think we've hopefully got some very exciting players coming in over the next couple of weeks. And as you said before, like it was only a month ago, but then you already look at blokes like Kyle Lohman and Logan Morris who've just really hit their straps last year and played their first bit of footy. They're going to come back next season to be even better than they were. So that's another reason why I look at this group and we've got so much young talent coming through. And I used to think of myself as a young guy. I've said 7 years now, which makes me feel a little bit older now. But if I can have the impact on these younger guys that are coming in that blokes like Froggy Lester and Zorks did for me when I first started, I feel like that's something that I really want to make sure that I can do. And you build such great relationships with the younger boys, and I feel like as soon as the new ones come in, that'll be exactly the same. And to be able to see them come back and get better and contribute to that as well, that's something I'm really looking forward to.
One of the new guys is coming in as Levi. Obviously, you've seen him at training. How excited are you for having another Ashcroft at the club?
Yeah, the last one's pretty good, wasn't he? So if we can keep bringing him in, that'd be awesome. But it's going to be so good to have Levi here. He's a really talented player and will add a lot to the club as well. Like having him and Will together, I feel like it'll make him even better as well. But seeing Levi's train with us before, we know what he can do, and he's had an awesome year. So I'm sure he'll be very excited for the next couple of weeks, and we're looking forward to getting him on board.
Tougher to get in the middle with two Ashcrofts in there now.
Yeah, I know. That's what I said. I found me role in the half forward where I can come up and do that, so they can just stay in the middle and I'll just float around and do my own thing. But as I said, Will and Levi together, I feel like that's going to be an awesome combination. We've seen what the Dacos boys have done at Collingwood, so I feel like we've got our own little brother duo now out here at Brisbane, which is pretty cool.
You're locked in for a while now. You're hoping to the ends of this deal you might be playing at a new stadium?
Yeah, hopefully. We're saying Vic Park looks pretty good, so we'll see what happens with that. But hopefully that can get done, and we can get that new ground, which would be awesome.
Do you think you guys have done your job, but in terms of helping grow football here, like guys, like the membership's out of control, and you guys are just there was this connotation that just wait till Brisbane goes through their next wave of dropping off, and as you just mentioned. That feels like it's gone now.
Yeah.
Like you've locked in the guys that normally would have probably got to that age and just
shut off.
left.
Yeah.
Do you feel like you've done your job now? This club's done their job in terms of going, we're not going to have that patch where we're going to have 10,000 people just sitting at the Gabba anymore.
I think it's on top of us and the AFLW girls as well. I feel like they've had a big part to play in that as well. And I always tell this funny story that when I first got to the club, I went out to a school and we were there for probably an hour and a half, and the first question I got asked at the end was how many tries I'd scored. From then to now, you go around, you see Brisbane Lions jumpers everywhere on the street. The Gabba's been packed for the last 4 or 5 years, every game. Our support down in Melbourne and Fitzroy is unbelievable, and I feel like we've just really turned the page of this footy club now to being, as I said before, the team that we know we should be and the club that we know we should be back on the top. So I think that I'm very confident that this is going to be sustained success on the ground and off the ground. So it's awesome, and I feel like we play a little bit of a part as a football club as players, but a lot of the work goes to the staff and the people at the footy club who really do a good job of that as well.